All right, so anyway, this plow that I worked on yesterday, I think I'm going to do something a little different on this. To cast a little light on this. This works, but I think we can make it work better if I put it on this frame somewhere. And right about there, that measures right at about 5 inches off the floor. I think if I take one of these guys here, remove the frame on both sides, and I'll show you in a second why I'm thinking about this, and take that wheel off there and remount it under here, that I might get more of what I'm looking for on this. Because what's happening is we are still getting down into that gravel, and I think this is the reason why. Because when this is pushed forward, the springs are not keeping it up, and it's being pushed down into the pavement. Whereas if I put a solid wheel underneath, or support underneath that center platform where that hook is connecting up, then I think we might have a better design per se. Also, I want to try to either change the pick point for this back to here to where this comes straight down, or we take off this guide that's underneath here. Let me see here. You can see that, but there's a guide, and I really don't want that cable in any sort of bind on a guide per se. So either we pick this straight down, or we remove the guide, one of the two. And I think my preference would be to put that pick point back in here. So more work, more redesign, but I think we're going to come up with something better. Always trying to do something to it. All right, so I've done a bit of measuring, and I'm going to go ahead and take both of those outrigger wheels, that old configuration, off that we used yesterday with limited success, and we are going to remount this guy underneath that where the hook currently is at. Again, I'm not happy with where that hook and cable comes down. I want that to come down perpendicularly. So let's get that located right away. We'll drop a plumb bob and get something good and stout directly below where that cable comes out of the winch. A little bit of patience, we'll get it. Yeah, move that thing up. It looks pretty good there. Judging by that piece of angle over there on the plow, looks like it's fairly well collinear. No, it is not. So set that way. Let's get a gander at that again. Yeah, you all know what I'm trying to do. If I can just get her done. I'm gonna go with that. So mark this here. There. I think that'll work. We'll try to get a piece of metal fabricated for in there, and then take, like I say, these wheels off of each side and remount that under that plate to put a new location for the mount of the grade height wheel. All right, I'll see you on the other side. Oh yeah, I'm liking this already a whole heck of a lot better. This guy's about another 2.5 inches up off the ground. It was at a foot. I'm looking at 14.5 inches there. Let's see if it's straight across the side. This side looks a little higher. That's about 15.25 inches. So yeah, we're higher off the ground. The pick point being changed is keeping the cable in without getting too bound up on the way up. I'm going to weld a washer onto that cross piece so that that holds that hook into place. And if we put this down, as soon as it hits the ground there, I think we still got about maybe a 1/2 inch or so underneath there. Let me grab a piece of this angle iron or two and see if they fit underneath like I had hoped. But this wheel is the only thing that's going to be rolling. All right, so it's a little tight, at least on that side. This side looks like it fits through just fine. But we got every bit of a 1/2 inch over here on this side. And there it is, goes underneath. A little tight. So yeah, this is going to roll around on the surface out there without pulling up the gravel anymore. And that little swivel wheel, let's see if we can see it right there, will turn any which direction and just be right at the right height that I wanted. Yep, I am ecstatic. I think we're going to be in good shape. So I'm going to weld that washer on and clean up in here, and I think we got what we hoped to get done on this. All right, wow. So we've got a little bit of snow. I think maybe one pass or so I can make out here. And I really want to try this thing out. So, you know, there's some stuff up there by the road itself. It's kind of piled up. Got a little bit right here. It's piled up, and we'll see what this furrow looks like when I move this thing down there. So, start her up and give her a shot. See a little bit. Alrighty, let's give her a shot and see what we got. Turn this around and see what it looks like. Well, it rode really nice. There is still a little gravel in there, but look at that. That's not bad. I can live with that. Let's go move some of the stuff up by the road here. I like it. So yeah, I can drop this thing down to the ground and it rolls just fine. Yep, I think this is going to work out just fine. We'll go out and give you a closer look of what we saw. So yeah, this had a little bit of a furrow of a pile there. You can see where the track of the wheel is at, right along through here. And it knocked down that last furrow just fine, made hardly any noise down in the gravel. I don't think it made any noise whatsoever. And then up front up there, we had some snow up there that was piled up at the apron into the parking lot. That's knocked down pretty well. I'm very happy with it. I think this is going to be something that's going to get a fair amount of use over the next few winters. And as you can see, when this is down on the ground, it's about maybe a good 3/4 of an inch to an inch or so floating off the ground. I can live with that. All right. Well, thanks again, folks, for watching. Really appreciate it. Look forward to catching up with you again. Bye now.